Yeah, so just prepare to...
It'll be great.
It'll be perfect.
Y'all motherfuckers don't watch us play throughout the year, to tell you the truth.
Whee!
I'm gonna be real with you, and I don't care if I get fined.
That must be Jervis with them. Zoom down.
That train is off the tracks.
Who doesn't love the bouncy castle?
Hitler.
Just prepare to... just prepare to be awash in undebeatable goodness.
Welcome, Pacers fans. You were listening to the Undebeatables, your semi-weekly-ish Pacers podcast. Today is April 30th, 2023, and this is episode 648. Coming from Indianapolis, Indiana, I'm your host, Joey Gaffrida, the man behind the dials. This show, we're going to discuss the results of round one of the playoffs. We're going to get our predictions in for round two, and of course, we'll have a stat of the week. Joining me this show are two of our three analysts, coast to coast, like buttered toast. First, from Asheville, North Carolina, he's our in-house bartender mixing up the drinks and the crappy jingles, John Colson.
What is up, Pacer fans? What is up, Undebeatables? I'd like to shout out Harper. Thanks for the edit. It's going to need it.
And from Boise, Idaho, out west, it's our enforcer, John, the edit, Harper.
What's going on, fellas? I'm going to shout out some hockey this week. 3 Game 7s in the NHL first round.
Nice. Sweet, sweet. That's what we want.
Exciting stuff.
Did the Hurricanes get out of it?
The Canes won 4-2 over the Islanders.
Okay.
They will advance.
Before we get into the rest of the show, we'd like to remind you can support us, the longest running Pacers podcast, by heading over to patreon.com/undebeatables. And you can support us for as little as $1 per month.
Victimless crime.
Victimless crime. There's, we looked around. I spent a lot of time looking, and most of the crimes had victims, and this is not one of them,
Yeah.
Most of them did.
It's interesting.
I saw a bunch of messed up stuff.
Yeah, I appreciate the research there, buddy. That helps.
I guess it's just, some people call it doom scrolling. I don't know. All right, so since we last spoke, the first round of the playoffs has finished up. Harper, I believe, has our predictions, and I guess let's start in the East at the 1-8 matchup. Milwaukee falls to Jimmy Butler and the Miami Heat 1-4. 4 games for Miami. Harper, where were we on the predictions for that?
We were unanimously wrong on that. No one scored anything. Joey, you were the most generous, giving Milwaukee 7 games to lose that. But
okay,
I suppose Jason takes the consolation prize of picking the right number of games. Just the wrong team.
Okay.
Not our best work.
All right.
Were you and I at 6?
We were at a
what
sweep.
happened there? Oh, we did.
In fairness, I don't think we knew who they were playing when we picked this. I think we thought they were probably playing the Hawks at the time.
That's true.
But
that is
still,
definitely true. Yeah.
Getting upset in a 1-8 matchup when you have the best player on the planet on your team is not very impressive.
So, what was the... how many times has this happened?
It was like
not very
6,
many.
I
It's
think.
8 times?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
6.
Six?
Yeah.
This is the first time it's happened since we moved to the 7-game first round that a team lost in 5 games. That a 1 seed lost in 5 games. So if you were upset back in the day, and you were gonna get upset.
I'm upset
games.
now, but
but yeah, this is bad for the Bucks, right? This is bad news.
Good news.
Are they firing the coach? What's happening?
I don't know. There were some things that I like. There were some missed timeouts, I think, that were they don't look good. And it's like, look, when you coach the Pacers, maybe for certain years you can get by with not being able to inbound the ball or not taking the timeouts at the wrong time, but it was not good.
Well, I feel like if you decide not to double team Jimmy Butler, just let him just do whatever. You don't want to change the defense on this guy. You don't want to call timeouts, and you just basically watch your season evaporate. It's probably not a good look.
Nope.
Yeah, he may not be invited back. I don't know. There's plenty of blame to go around there. They had chances in these games to win, but they just consistently got Jimmy Butler at the end of games.
Yeah, the last 2 games they just got Jimmy Butler. The last 2 games.
I mean, it shouldn't have been too tall. I mean, even down 2-1, it shouldn't have been too tall a task to for them to win Game 4. But yeah, they couldn't pull it out. So yeah, they deserve to go home. Miami was the better team in that series.
Yeah. Oh, Miami looks fantastic. Like they look like the hungriest team in the NBA right now on some level. We'll talk about it more, but
Nom nom nom.
Man. Nom.
All right, moving on to the 4-5 matchup. Who the winner of I guess Miami will be playing the winner of the 4-5, the Cleveland Cavaliers versus the New York Knicks. Similarly, top seed loses 4 games to 1. Cleveland just picking up the one win to New York's 4. What happened here? Cleveland.
Well, I can tell you what happened to our analysts. We did the exact same thing. We went 0 for 4, and Jason had the right number of games.
Oh.
So, again...
But nobody picked the winner?
I don't think we've ever had just complete whiffs on 2 series in a playoff prediction before.
There's no points for any of us.
0 for 2 on those series.
Thanks for
as a show.
Wow. This is why you guys. This is why the community pays us all this money, so we can give them all this great basketball advice.
And I think we've come down pretty solidly before, saying, "Hey, here's our advice. Do the opposite of that, and you'll be rich."
So we all picked Cleveland, did we? I was very excited about Cleveland. I didn't, and I still am as a franchise. I like their guys. They looked young. They looked not that deep.
Not deep.
And honestly, yeah. And New York looked like the better team. They just did. Brunson just did whatever he wanted. Bulldog. So.
I think Cleveland has some soul searching to do. It's not like they can draft talent now since they gave away all of the draft picks for Donovan Mitchell. So.
Yeah. Man. Still like their guys, though.
Yeah, but I think the
big Evan Mobley fan, big Garland fan.
Both of those.
Big Spider Mitchell fan.
Evan Mobley is going to have to be like an order of magnitude better. I mean, he's got plenty of ceiling ahead of him, but he's going to have to grow into it real fast for them to be a contender. The Knicks are not some juggernaut team.
Oh no, I agree. I think Knicks fans are going, all we got to do is meet Miami and we're in the Eastern Conference Finals. But
we'll get there. And
I'm glad they're excited as a franchise or as a fan base.
Poor New Yorkers.
Who New York? Why are you?
I mean, look, the Knicks suck all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the Pacers have dominated them as a franchise for many, many decades. I feel a little bit bad for them, That's all I'm saying.
You and I differ there. Speaking of New York, the 3-6 matchup, Philadelphia sweeps the Brooklyn Nets. I'll tell you what, that's pretty much how I felt like that was going to go. Harper, what do you have for the picks?
Well, it's strange that you say that because you picked Brooklyn at 7, according to my spreadsheet here.
Yeah, my feelings have changed.
It's what you get for skipping shows.
Yeah. What about the rest of the team?
Well, the rest of us got it right, and I called the sweep, so I get 2 points. So
Nice.
We finally got one right.
We're on the board. We're on the board.
Except for me, I have 0 points still.
Yes, Joe's still not on the board.
Anything of note in this one, or Philadelphia is closer to a juggernaut than New York is.
Well, no, I mean the thing is like Harden doesn't look that explosive.
Harden had some really good games.
Embiid is.
Yeah, I mean his numbers were phenomenal.
I'm not.
I mean, you don't have to be afraid of him, but
I don't think anybody in the
he was
league is
actually
afraid of
out there looking like he was
anybody in the league is.
playing hard.
Playing hard is not the same thing as being an MVP.
He doesn't need to be because he has an MVP on his team, and his name's Joel Embiid.
Yeah, who can score 50 at will. I don't know. We'll see. We'll talk about the next round, but I just don't. And Embiid missed a game in this series. It didn't matter because Brooklyn's not that good. But I worry about Embiid's health, and I'm not sure that Harden's going to be a guy that can change the series.
No, I mean they're not going to win without Embiid, and Embiid is going to miss game 1. So they're down 0-1 effectively the second that Embiid taps out on that. But Brooklyn, I think, should be very happy with the way that Michael Bridges is coming along. Teammate of the year around the league, just flashing a superstar. They should feel pretty good about what they were able to pull from the wreckage of the Durant and Irving trades.
The Durant Kyrie disaster. No, that is exciting. I mean, it's nice to look around and go, oh, we have a franchise guy. We can build around him.
Yeah, and he really looked good. I mean, not good enough to beat Philly, but good, really good.
Right, but did he put up 40 in one of the games? Like, I mean, he was it's like legit.
All right, so Philadelphia will be taking on the winner of the Boston-Atlanta matchup, with Boston won 4-2. There was a nice buzzer beater in there from
Nice Trey.
Oh boy, yeah. But
Young.
Boston's the better team.
Yeah, Ice Trey stealing a point from me. Boston should have been done in 5, as I predicted, but instead it takes them 6. Everybody gets a point. Yay!
Hey!
And the doctor gets an extra point for calling it 6.
Oh, very nice.
I think I called the sweep.
No, Joey called the sweep. You somehow ended up on 7, which was surprisingly close to happening.
Man. I must have blacked out or something. I don't remember. Sounds good.
So,
because I always feel like Atlanta's trash. But
I don't understand why they're so bad. I still really like a lot of their talent. I mean,
Yeah. No, I think I talked myself into a couple Trae Young
he
had a couple of those.
He looked
sure.
better than he has most of the season. So, Atlanta fans can hope that he's finding his center again, just in time for the offseason.
Mm-hmm. So the conference semis, we'll talk the specifics about this, but it'll be Miami, New York, and Philly, Boston. Heading over to the West, we got Denver, Minnesota. That one ended Denver 4-1. Harper, Where were our predictions on this one?
Well, unfortunately, nobody had that thing in 5. Joey, you're the only one who had not Denver
Okay.
in that, which I think we actually had you down for Lala somehow, even though they didn't actually end up there. Yeah, we
didn't know who was going to.
You picked the not Denver variant, and
Okay, sure.
so the rest of us all get a point, but Colson, you and I both had 6. Jason had 7, so one point each.
Okay. I feel like I'm losing. I feel like.
Don't worry about it. You're going to be fine. Yeah, Minnesota, not up to the task.
They got some things to work out.
Anthony Edwards looks like legitimate. I guess we knew that, but he just looked fantastic in these playoffs. I don't know what you do about the rest of the
you
roster,
blow it up.
but at least you've got a piece.
Blow it up.
Yeah, but you got a
think
piece.
we should watch them just fist fight, right? Like,
Yeah,
I'd watch
I
that.
mean, all you have to do is turn on the TV. Yeah, there's already rumors flying that Big Cat is out and that we're in the mix. So, who knows?
That we're in the mix. The Pacers?
Can I talk into a big man who doesn't know how to win?
And doesn't play defense, and the main reason we didn't win any games this season is because we didn't play defense. This is going to be great. We can score 140. We just can't play D. I don't need a big guy that can't play D. Whatever. It's a different conversation.
It's a rumor. It doesn't mean anything. It's going to be fine, Coles.
I'm already angry.
Yeah,
All right.
Denver looked good.
Well, yeah, Denver looked better than I thought they would. I mean, we spent all season talking about how, before the series about how they had just kind of taken their foot off the gas after the All-Star break and whether they could turn it back on or not. I was convinced they couldn't. They definitely did.
Yeah.
They're fine.
They're
very good at
just
basketball.
fine. And if Michael Porter is going to be that reliable third scorer on that team, man, they're legitimately dangerous.
Yeah, I think if he can be that, they're going to win a title.
all right. The matchup that somebody had to win. The Phoenix takes down the Clippers 4-1. I think Kawhi ended up torn meniscus, so that sucks. I mean,
I don't even believe Kawhi diagnoses anymore.
yeah.
Kawhi just doesn't play basketball.
Yeah.
He was so
Right.
good.
Yeah.
I mean, game 1, he was amazing. Game 2, in the first half, he was amazing. I was like, oh my God, he's the best player on the floor, and he's on the floor with Booker and Durant, and I was just blown away, and then he's just gone.
Yeah.
It's just shitty for basketball in general. Is he my least favorite player outside of Paul George? Maybe. God, this is just brutal. It's not his fault that he gets hurt, but I'm with you, Harper. I'm not sure he gets hurt. I just don't even know what he does. Should we just bubble wrap him and then roll him down the hill and see what happens at the bottom? Like I don't know what to do.
I mean, if you're gonna play load management all season long, at least be healthy for the playoffs.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, if he's that, if
He's just
that
made of glass.
I mean, that's so.
Yeah, you have to bubble wrap him. You just have to, and then that's what they did all season and the season before, and the season before that. And he can't play.
I think that their GM may be done with this particular experiment. Expect some fireworks in LA going into next season. I don't expect him to get moved, although he'll probably try and force his way out somehow. But
is he still going to get paid like $50 million to sit on somebody's
somebody.
roster?
Of course.
Yeah, somebody will pay.
Because when he plays, he's amazing.
But even if he stays in LA, I just don't expect them to let him play half the games because he doesn't feel like it anymore. I don't think that is a template that GMs around the league are going to be okay with. Especially if you don't show for the playoffs, it is what it is. At least put the butts in the seats during the regular season so that you can make the organization some money.
You got to do one of them.
Got to do something.
Yeah.
He's
and
doing
right now he's doing
nothing.
neither of both.
So, suck it, LA.
All right.
Oh, what did we do? What did we pick on that?
yeah,
I'm sorry. Did I? I feel like I nailed that. I feel like I had Phoenix.
You did have Phoenix in 5. The only person who had the Clippers was, of course, Joey, which is the cost of non-attendance.
Yeah.
He loves
And
Paul
was
George.
convinced Kawhi was going to play all 5 games.
I thought they were.
You didn't even call it in 7. You called it in
was,
5. It seemed ambitious.
I thought he was gonna get some of that that good icy hot, And
Sure, come out swinging with that good icy hot.
my cat is so angry, or sad, or something.
Not a Kawhi Leonard fan.
There's no way to fix this.
This part. Look, Joe, we've been doing this for 648 episodes. People are used to our charm,
So.
or they've abandoned us long ago.
Whatever. It's all good. All right. Well, this is I guess the most entertaining series, right? The Sacramento Golden State matchup. What Golden State takes in 7. Sacramento's they're back in the playoffs. They've got a good, fun team to watch with not a whole lot of playoff experience. And Golden State's been kind of, on cruise control for most of the year, kind of not looking that great. But it's the playoffs and it's Golden State, and that means a couple of things. It means Draymond Green is going to do something crazy, and they're also probably going to win a bunch of games in the playoffs. So, Harper, where were we on the predictions? What ridiculous prediction was I given?
Well, you had Sacramento in 6.
Okay.
Doctor also picked Sacramento. Colson and I scored points, but neither of us thought this thing was going to end up going 7.
Okay.
So we'll take our points and go home. Draymond checking boxes though by stomping on people. So
yeah, Draymond's gonna Draymond.
I think we predicted that for sure. We thought Draymond and Sabonis were going to get in a scuffle. This comes down to Game 7. If it's in Game 7 and it's in Sacramento, I thought it would be closer, but Steph just went bananas. Game 7, put 50 points on their head.
Yeah. Kevin Looney becomes like the first person in the modern era to score or to rip down 20 boards 3 times in a 7-game series. I mean, he was just eating Sabonis's lunch.
Yeah. So it's amazing that Sabonis is the sort of the engine of this team all year, and then really looked like a liability in this playoff series. He couldn't hit a shot. He couldn't play defense. He still helped them run their offense, but I'd be a little worried moving forward. It's not like Sabonis is a rookie, Can he play on the big stage?
Yeah, he had an okay start to Game 7, 16 in the first half, but he's not the guy that's going to win you a championship. I think the Kings knew that. That doesn't mean that De'Aaron Fox can. That dude was spectacular all series.
For sure. And broke his finger in Game 5, right? And just kept playing basketball because he's a warrior.
He's definitely not a warrior.
He's a king.
King.
He's a king.
Yep.
But yeah, mad respect. And As predicted, Malik Monk was effective. All
Except for that 4-point outing.
yeah, except the one game.
He's
Come on,
okay.
Harper, leave me alone.
He's not what they needed. He's as good as Harrison Barnes.
Oh, he was way better.
Way better than Harrison
in this
Barnes.
series.
He was better than Harrison Barnes. Harrison Barnes had a good series, and his length
I don't know.
bothered the Warriors. Malik Monk's defense is not that great.
I didn't say he played defense. I said that he could score, and he scored.
Harrison Barnes played defense and took this
Fair
thing
enough.
to 7.
He also scored 4 points in this game and had played 14 minutes or whatever. Malik Monk's played over 30, so. And they also lost by 20. So
Malik
who knows?
Monk is just
Maybe-
not the
maybe
guy
Barnes
that
should
you
play.
need if Sabonis can't be a star. Malik Monk is not going to be enough to take this team where it needs to go. They're going to have to do something to fill out this roster.
No, I agree with that. No, I agree. But like, I like Malik Monk as a sixth man and a guy that could cause the
but he's their
Warriors
third
problems.
man.
They just need him more from everybody else. Yeah, exactly. If he's your third man, then you're in trouble. That's all. So,
All right, so
and they
Golden
lost.
State taking on the winner of the Memphis LA Lakers. And of course, you know, we know this, like the Lakers, these scrubs, let's say it, play-in team. And,
Yeah.
you know, Memphis is, I've heard of them talking all year. Like,
Two
these
seed.
guys are good. They know they're good.
They're very sure they are good.
They like talking about how they're good for
They're
sure.
real good at talking about how they're good. But it says that it says LA 4, Memphis 2. Must be a typo. Let me go to a different site.
Well,
Oh no. Oh no.
luckily,
I sent them home.
luckily for Joey, who picked the Lakers in 6 in this series also.
Yeah.
Yay, Joey! We just gave you Lakers at 6
In
and
all
of the
available
I
series,
think.
yes.
That's what happened.
But it worked.
Yeah.
It did work. Are you saying that I didn't pick the Lakers in 6? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, no, none of us picked the Lakers in 6. Or the Lakers at all.
Did
we
I
all
pick
picked.
Memphis? What was I thinking?
Thinking that team won 50 games this year.
Yeah, I but there is something to all this bragging, all this puffing, and then also Ja Morant getting bunged up, missing a game.
That certainly doesn't help, I suppose. Morant pretty much owned up to the fact that he was a distraction to his team this year. Dylan Brooks is probably done with this team. He's an unrestricted free agent. He did not do enough in this series to make you think that he is worth re-signing on a roster where you have to pay a lot of guys a lot of money real soon.
Well, right. So he poked the bear, kicked the bear the balls, and then
Let the
also
Bears score
didn't
lots of
play
points.
defense. Exactly.
But under
Like,
40. So who cares?
He did hold him
right?
under 4.
Oh yeah, right. It was under 40.
Mission accomplished.
He did hit some threes in in the last game, but it was not enough. So
He also did not talk to the media after the game.
Yep.
I'm not
Also
sure why.
took a fine to go
Yeah.
with his humiliation.
Yeah.
Memphis is young, and I think they were technically the youngest team in the playoffs, and maybe one of the youngest teams in the NBA, honestly. But they started acting like they'd been somewhere, and they
I was
Not
just
bad.
looking up some of these. There's an article. Sorry, the headline in Forbes is Dylan Brooks talks like Jimmy Butler while playing like Ricky Davis. Which is like oddly specific. And I mean,
For
Ricky
for
Davis.
Forbes.
yeah. Why are we
too.
throwing shit
Yeah.
on Ricky Davis?
I know. I like Ricky Davis.
No,
I
you
mean,
don't.
he's fine.
Yeah, he's not a Jimmy Butts comp.
No.
Yeah, there was a. Yeah, it's a mess. I agree. they got out a little bit ahead of themselves, and they ran into a team that had been there, had done that, and showed them how. Didn't just win in Game 6. I mean, just dismantled them. It was embarrassing.
Yeah.
Did they win the game? They won that. They won Game 6 by exactly 40. So.
Yeah, but they were like, I remember. I think it was at the end of the first quarter. The Lakers were up like 15, right. And LeBron was just like, "Cool, I'm good. I'm going to sit down for a while." He got to sit down for like 20 minutes, and then they brought him back down, and he just like dunked on a couple people, and then just sat down again. He was like, "I'm good. I'm gonna let all these
Davis
people do this."
decided to show the Defensive Player of the Year what offense and defense looks like. Yeah, they just took him to the woodshed. Just an absolute beatdown. Maybe next year, Memphis.
I mean, they made themselves kind of the villains, right? I mean, that's kind of what they wanted to do. Just talk a bunch of shit and be the bad guys, and it worked out poorly.
Why do people want to be the bad guy? What is that about?
I don't know, because people were rooting for Memphis last year. Like, they were like everybody's favorite team. They were like the young up-and-coming team, and then like this year, people were like, "Why?"
But it's not even fun. It's not even fun stuff. Generally, it's like I mean, it's like stuff like Ja Morant stuff is not like fun. You know, it's like the guy talking trash that you think has a chance to go out and do it. Like Reggie Miller liked being the bag, like he was on the road and like, but he's like talking trash. Like there were guns involved. Like that's not fun for me. Like,
right. Lance Stevenson blew in LeBron's ear. He didn't punch him in the nuts.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's just like, it was whatever. It was it was what it was. But yeah, I mean, nobody got hurt. There's no flagrants. Like nobody's getting tossed from games, and there's no potential criminal investigations, and like, that's not fun for me. Like that's like somebody who can't shut his mouth, and then like Jimmy Butler. He'll say all sorts of things to you, but then he'll go out and do Jimmy Butler things. Yeah, so like,
he can say whatever he wants.
I mean, that's the thing. He's like, all right, well, that's fun.
He's Michael Jordan's kid.
Get out of here.
Yeah. He can do whatever he wants.
But that's. I mean, yeah. Yes, they're the bad guys, but it's like not even the bad guys you want to root for. Yeah. They're not the underdogs.
They're the accidental bad guys. Like they were just real douchey all season.
Right.
That's right.
All right. Well, I think it's a good time to take a few-minute break. And what do you got?
I'm sorry. I've just got a John Cusack movie where Memphis is all wearing like the cardigans, like thrown around their necks. And the rest of the league is John Cusack. That's all I know. Fuck Memphis is all I'm saying. Those guys suck. I'm rooting for John Cusack.
Aren't we all?
I had you down for Cusack and 4 in every series.
Right. All available series.
That's what I'm doing next round for sure. We just go ahead and preempt me on that. Cusack and 4.
All right, well, let's take a quick break. We'll be back in a few with some stats of the week and round 2. We are back from the break. Before we get into round 2, I do want to give you a stat of the week.
Stat of the week.
This one, we talk about, listen, it's a stat of the week. We got numbers for days. I got big numbers for you this time. That's what the people come for. Sometimes I give you low numbers or no numbers. And, that's not what the people want. They want big numbers. I got a big one for you. It is 1.428 billion. And that number is describing the number of people in India. Because they just took the crown for most populous country. Took it away from China. They have approximately 3 million more people. The projections were initially thinking that it was going to be middle of the year, June or so, but it sounds like that it actually happened in April. So, shout out to India for making a lot.
So, Joe, how does this work? Is this a head count
so
situation?
A man and a woman,
are you
right?
Sitting in the hospital, popping out a baby and touching on the head and be like 1, and then another baby pops out and they go 2.
So normally you
just wander around the country and count them all.
Normally you would do a census and then you could do projections from there. Just sort of based on demographic information and trends and things like that. India has not done a census since 2011. So there have been other demographic data that they've been pulling from other places. I don't have all the details on that. The UN was involved, and they got a bunch of data people. It's the United Nations Population Fund, the UN FPA, but they have been studying this, and they believe that India has taken the crown. So shout out to India for however that happens. I don't know.
So I assume that they're just going to start flipping cars and lighting stuff on fire, pulling down goalposts.
Oh, because they're the champions.
They're champions.
Yeah, sure.
They're number 1.
Does cricket have goalposts? They're pulling down wickets.
Whatever it is, they can. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, pull down wickets and light them on fire. That's all I know.
So shout out to India. I was reading a little bit more about this, and they're saying one of the reasons India is able just to support a population that large is they have really good water. They have a lot of good rivers that can support big rivers that can support just have the water to supply that many people with what they need.
So. So, you can take your flammable wickets and throw them in the water.
Yes.
Make sure.
That's the thing. Is you're able to have these big fiery celebrations because you can put the fire out when you need to.
Sure.
Be responsible when you're burning your wickets.
Yeah, responsible riders over in India.
Exactly. You think Philly's thinking that far ahead? No way.
No, they're not. No. That's why India's number 1.
That's right. So apparently the both of the countries officially are playing these down because I think they're it's been a politically sensitive topic for both countries. So, but you would think officially and politically, they're playing it down. But Colson, like you said, I'm assuming there's riots in the streets, cats and dogs, and cows probably living together.
Suck it, China.
And flammable wickets. That's right. Suck it, China.
Listen, there's a way to fix it. If you want to get to number 1, we know how it's done. I saw this video once. It was crazy.
Yeah. Chinese don't know how to do that. Yeah. Rocking one-child policies instead. Whoops.
Yeah. I mean, they're off that, but,
Yeah, way too late. Demographic collapses upon them.
Yeah. Yep. All right, team. We are into the conference semifinals. Let's start in the East. Go top to bottom. The Miami Heat are playing the New York Knickerbockers. Full disclosure, Game 1 has already happened. And Miami won. So can't hide that from you. Miami won 108 to...
We could have hidden it. We could have.
Listen, our listeners are smart. Miami wins 108 to 101. So Miami got the edge. And from the way we talked about this, I mean, I think we're saying Miami's coming in hungry. They're hot. They have Jimmy Butler, and New York does not. Every time I talk about Jimmy Butler, my cat goes...
No, I'm telling you. Yeah, you said hot and hungry, and I think also that's what got your cat wound up. Have you fed your cat recently?
Yeah. I think so.
Okay. Have you put the air conditioning on for the cat?
No, it's chill.
She's hot and hungry.
Speaking of that, I'm hot and hungry for some predictions. Colson, who's going to take this one?
So I actually I thought about this before the for Game 1. I made predictions in my head, and then after the Heat won Game 1, I was very pleased with my prediction in my head. I had the Heat in 6 on this. I just think that they're playing. They're playing right now like they want to meet the Celtics and see if they can get to the finals. Like these guys are out of control, particularly big buckets, big balls, Jimmy Butler. I've got, even with the New York crowd, I had the Heat in 6. Put me down, Harper.
I will also put you down for Miami in 6 since Jason took Miami in 6. So I guess you're just copying off his notes.
Mm-hmm. We'll see how the rest of it goes, because it might be all. I might just be looking at Jason's face.
Yeah, not only does Miami look like the much better team, but Randall's out sort of indefinitely. And while Randall may not be their best player, he sort of needs to be their best player for them to get anything done out there. I'll take Miami at 5.
Oh, that was mine.
You going Miami in 7? Somebody's got to take the Knicks. We can't have another blank like we did in 2 rounds last time.
Right.
Go Knicks in 7.
I'll go Knicks in 7.
That'd be great for the sport.
There we go. I feel good about that. Yeah. I feel good about that.
Sure.
I feel like the refs will make that happen.
Shit.
Good pick,
Thank
Joe.
You. I worked hard on that.
We just forced you to do it. It's like you're not. It's like
I'm not
when
even
you
here.
Exactly.
Jason gets his pick, but somehow you don't, even though you came.
Right. Yeah.
Right. Jason.
Shout out to, Jason's a little under the weather. Shout out to Jason.
Yeah, feel better, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, feel better, buddy. Hopefully this show makes you feel
I promise we'll
better.
keep at least 2 of your picks, maybe even 3.
Sure. All right, moving on to the other semifinal. Philadelphia, Boston. They have not played, so our picks are pure here. Well, Harper, let's start with you. Where are you at on this one?
Again, Embiid likely out for game 1. Hopefully just game 1. Boston, just a really good team. I'm going to take Boston to win this series in 6 games.
So I think Boston is the deepest team in the playoffs right now. I think that they got activated by the Hawks. I think that series should have been a sweep or in 5. I can't remember what I picked, but I think that they were a little lackadaisical. I think they're done doing that, and I think Embiid's going to put up 50 in one game, and they'll lose. But I think this is done in 5. I think Boston in 5.
Where was Jason on this?
Jason took Beantown in 7.
God, that was. I should have. Yeah. I guess I'll take. I don't know. I guess I'll take Philly.
Well, no, we could just make Jason take Philly at 7, and then you can have you can have Boston at 7. He's not here.
He's not feeling well. I'll
Okay, fair enough.
I'll take the team that is not as good. I'll take Philadelphia.
Clearly a better
Let's-
person than we
let's,
are, Colson.
Yeah, no doubt. I was totally going to throw Jason under the bus for that. Joey, you're a good man. That's
I'll
why
throw
you're
him
the
under
host.
the bus next time.
Okay, yeah.
Next time it's a mild inconvenience. I'll take him in 7. I mean, look, they got a bunch of good players. It wouldn't fucking be shocked if they.
I mean, he's an MVP. I mean, he can do whatever he wants.
It's not outrageous, and they just swept the Brooklyn. Like they're rested.
Yeah.
They
they're definitely rested for sure.
and they've been as long as their health is fine, they've been good. They've been great. It's they've got several really tough matchups, even if you're Boston. So I'll take Philly in 7.
I love your optimism, sir.
Okay, so what moves us into the Western Conference, and Denver is matched up against Phoenix. Denver won Game 1, 125-107. We'll start with Jason on this one. Where was Jason landed?
Jason picked the Nuggets in 6 games.
Okay, seems reasonable.
Not controversial.
Nah.
He's so reasonable.
Colson, where are you at on this?
Come on, be unreasonable.
I really thought that
Cusack it is. Cusack and 4.
He's second for it.
Phoenix was going to win this series, but reminded how good the Nuggets are, and I thought maybe Aiden could put up a fight against Jokic, but Jokic is too good. There's nobody that really can stop Jamal Murray. I think the Nuggets go as far as Michael Porter Jr. goes, and I think he's ready. I think the Nuggets are going to win a title, so I'm going to take Nuggets in 5.
Strong.
Okay. Harper, where are you at?
I'll take Phoenix in this series. They got some really good players who are going to be in the Hall of Fame. So
Yeah,
I think they've got a very good chance. Take them in 7. Root for a long series.
Do you think Chris Paul's deep playoff experience is? I mean, he's playing in the first and second rounds of a lot of playoffs.
Yeah. This is his wheelhouse.
So he's familiar with this round.
And they'll just sit him down for Game 7, and then Booker and Durant will do the rest. Yeah.
Pick and roll
Like
to death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
CP3.
Devin Booker has arguably been the best player in the playoffs thus far. Maybe until
been amazing, for sure.
today's 50 from Steph, I suppose. But he's had a really good series.
Boy.
All right. So, I was gonna pick Denver no matter what, because that was I'm not picking Phoenix. No matter what, under no circumstances. So I'll take them. I want to take the sweep, but that's not going to be there.
What?
I want to.
You're a crazy person. I thought I was outrageous with 5.
Well,
and
no,
you're like,
it's
I'm
not
gonna
because
pick
I think that it's going to happen. It's because that's what I want to happen.
Okay.
But I'll take them in 7. It's going to be tough fun.
No, they say you gotta name your dreams or whatever. You gotta.
Well, I did that in the first, from the first round, and I was like dead last. I guess my dreams were named for me, but
Sure, but yeah, you gotta visualize it, name it, and then claim it. Isn't that what they say?
I have no idea.
I made that up. Actually, maybe that should be my new thing. It's my new YouTube channel.
Visualize it.
Name it and claim it.
Claim it.
Yeah.
So Denver and 7. I'll claim that. Whatever. It's a win. A win's a win.
A win's a
I'm
win.
not worried about it. Taking us to the final matchup: the Los Angeles Lakers versus the Golden State Warriors. This one's going to be exciting.
Yeah.
You know, you've got the. I mean, look, you've got the 7th seeded and the 6th seeded matchup with two teams with lots of talent.
It's got to never have happened.
Yeah,
before,
this is
right?
like the best matchup
This has got to be
at the
first
worst.
time.
You know, at the bottom of the table here.
Yeah, we're matching up Curry and
Right.
LeBron, who played in the finals for like 4 years in a row, and it's a 6-7 matchup, which is like never happened.
Yeah, not even in the conference finals. It's crazy town.
I love it. I got zero idea here. I think Memphis is a really good team, and they got pretty much waxed by LA. I think the Warriors are starting to remember who they are. They're playing better on the road. They just won on the road in Game 7. Oh, man. I don't know if LeBron has enough. AD seems to be spectacular some games and not their other games. I'm going to go LA in 6. Because I think if it goes to 7, even if it's in LA, no, that would be in
Golden State.
that would
will
be
have
in
home court. Yep.
Golden State. Yeah, it's got to be in 6. LA in 6. I don't feel good about it. This is going to be a amazing drama television. I'm all in. I can't wait to watch all of this.
Should be a good one. Joey, what do you like?
Yeah. I love it. This is. I'm gonna take. You said would you say, Colson?
I said LA in 6, but I definitely should be going with Golden State. if I want to win this, I should be going with Golden State. I'm just trying to be disputatious, apparently.
I'll take LA, but I think they can win it on the road in 7.
In 7?
Well,
That is a terrible pick.
not as bad as the one I'm about to make, where Golden State wins on the road in 6. So, but
Okay.
that's what's left. So,
No.
taking it.
What's
Warriors
Jason
and-
calling? All right, so we split down the middle on this as a podcast here,
Should be a good series. Just a bunch of all-time greats.
or it'll be over in 4.
Yeah.
Who knows? Like it could just be could be a blowout by one of them. I assume if it's a blowout, the Warriors are winning in 4. You know, I just don't know how hot they can get. I mean, I know how hot they can get. I just don't know if they'll get that hot. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I like their depth a little bit more somehow than Lala's. Not that it's great, but yeah, I don't know.
Wiggins looked like he's
Yeah,
back.
they miss Iguodala.
Yeah. Gary Payton, is starting to play. I don't know. Man, they just look like they can win another title. How is this possible? These guys are.
It's what they do.
Yeah. You got Steph Curry dropping 50. You
Yeah.
can probably do whatever you want.
The ageless wonder.
All right. Well, yeah. I mean, but, LeBron's ageless too. I mean, I know he sleeps in a hyperbaric chamber and stuff, but he's doing stuff at, almost 40 that no one should be able to do. This is going to be fun.
Did you guys, unrelated to this matchup, did you guys see Jaylen Brown's shoes against it was Game 3 in the last series? They were. I'll put a link in the chat here, but they were wild. They were, of course, they got a custom message on there, but the interesting thing was, it seems to be that he was calling out the inventor of basketball, Dr. Naismith.
Naismith?
So there was no description, but it seemed that one of the sides says, "Was it really Naismith?" And I think it seems to be that basketball was actually taken by. There was other games in the past that were, putting the ball through a hoop. There was a, sort of. It was the one where like the hoop was like sort of sideways, and Native Americans were playing that way, but it was wildly violent, I think, and was my understanding. So.
The other side of the shoe says just do better. Yeah. So I'm assuming that means historians?
I don't know. Well, there's no explanation. Also, he spelled Naismith's name wrong.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. Maybe he was talking about
Aaron
Naismith.
Aaron Naismith? Yeah.
Aaron Naismith.
But that's also spelled wrong, so there's no way to know.
Yeah, that's weird.
So the answer is, was it really Naismith? Probably not, depending on what we're talking about. So
definitely not spelled that way. He didn't do anything.
Right.
Whoever that guy is didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Right.
And most people that did stuff didn't do it, or had
sounds like you're on Team
the
Brown
zeitgeist
here.
of the the zeitgeist of the universe informs things. Like, did someone
can we back up to that statement? Claim it and name it, buddy. Or whatever, bag it and tag it. I don't remember what you said.
You're right. Claim it and name it. Naismith claimed it and named it. But so did Columbus, So like we should probably be careful,
They're not the same dude.
Yeah, I feel like there's
I
feel like there's a difference
Are you
here.
sure they're not the same dude? I thought
It's a
they were
strange
the
comparison to make.
Yeah.
Well, I was talking about, claiming it and naming it versus zeitgeist of the universe.
That was one of the bands you were in, yeah?
That was my favorite band I was in. Yeah.
You played the zither.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like, nobody's had an original idea, we're just all just stealing it from the natives.
Anyway, sounds like you're on Team Brown.
Yeah.
I'd like to
I don't think you're allowed to
more
call
information
anyone the
about
natives, by the way.
yeah.
The locals?
You just gonna call them like townies?
The Mayas, the townies. It's
Yeah. All right. Anything else this week that we should discuss, or is it time to get a move on?
bag it and tag it.
Sounds.
Are you not allowed to say am I not allowed to say native anymore? Is that a thing? I don't know.
That I don't know. That I don't know. But I do know that you can find us on social media. We are at Twitter with the handle at Undebeatables. We're on Facebook.com/TheUndebeatables. Our website is theundebeatables.com. There's also a contact form there. You can use that to send us a message. You can send us an email. Shout out at theundebeatables.com. And at the website /store, you can buy a small t-shirt.
For the architect, Donnie Walsh, and our once and always Hall of Fame coach, Bobby Slick Leonard. Turn out the lights, the party is over.
Was that informed by the zeitgeist of the universe?
I can feel it
for sure. It was funneling through my skull.
Should probably
just
have
came
that
out
looked
through
at.
Yeah. It hit me in my zeitgeist, so it was good.
I definitely need to see a doctor more often. That's for sure.